Hi, did you ever were searching where to make the 3D models so you could print them? Because when you get the scan files, you don't have that models, you just have the surface. Well, there are some few options. Some very popular options are costing like 5 or 10,000. And if you get a free software, they are very basic. You can make a lot of it. What if I told you that there's a Blenderfordental and it got a really good model module? Let's check it. Okay, let's have a look. We have got the intraoral scan from FreeShape intraoral scanner, and let's see what kind of case we have got. So this is the scan of antagonist, I think. Yes, we have an upper jaw, and we got a lower jaw. I can see we'll need to cut away a few spots for easier model creation, and we have two pretty much nice preparations, I think. Yep, that's the first molar and second premolar with one pontic, small bridge. Okay, let's go to Blenderfordental. First of all, you're gonna need to buy Blenderfordental. It really costs few dollars, few euros, so it's not a big problem. For you to be able to make models, it will cost you around $70 if I'm not 79, I think. Yes. Logo designer, iBar module, shop. Let's go shopping. Yes, it's 79 US dollars. So buy Blender, download it and install it. Now we got a very easy instructions for that. We got a very nice update. So do that now. Launch your Blenderfordental. You can see the color is different from the standard Blender. If you push the N button on the keyboard, you see the menu drop down. Tools, view, all our options. Model designer. So you can see it's not your ordinary Blender. That's Blenderfordental and it's working. So now, next thing what we can do, I have prepared for us STL files. Like I have converted DCM to STLs, so it would be easier for us to work. So import them. I will use only lower jaw and upper jaw because we'll be now only designing models, not making crowns, at least for now. Here we go. And the next thing, we probably would like to navigate. So if you push if you scroll the wheel on your mouse, you get zoom in, zoom out. If you push and hold the wheel on the mouse, you can turn around, up and down, you can rotate it. If you push a tilde button, you have a quick drop down menu and you can change the viewing points. As you can see, it would be nice to recenter the modules. So hold the shift button and hold with the mouse, drag it holding the wheel, so you can drag the view. I'll recenter it and I will check on where is our center, and I like it this way, just a little bit. I will let's see, it's a top, it's right, it's back. Okay, back is front here. Okay, back, I hold the shift, I push the mouse wheel button, I zoom in a little bit, and look, we can push one time a left button of the mouse on the scan file on the mesh, hold the shift and push on the other jaw. Now we have them both selected at the same time. You can see the highlight with the orange color, but hey, we can just push anywhere the left mouse button and push A and select all the files. And the next thing what we can do, if we'll be holding a G button on a keyboard, we'll be like grabbing those both selected files, and you just move mouse, no pushing needed, and you can drag the files. But it's not the camera going around the scans, but you're moving those scans itself in a dimension, not the camera around them. So I would suggest you not to overuse this function. For example, if you don't want to lose the original coordinates, then better click it. You see we changed the position, but better than push the control button, CTRL or control in German, with Z to bring it back to original position. So it's a back function, which is the same as on the Word or any other software. So be careful with this one, but if you need to change the position, feel free. Just I'm telling it from my practice, and if you have already many scans positioned, and if you would like the pre-op, the situ scans to be in the same position, I would avoid using it and use it only if it's necessary. The other function what you can do, so I just click in an empty space around the models, and I click again on the scan jaw, and I push the R button. It's for rotation. It's not for camera, but it's for file rotation. That's very nice if you would like to adjust a little bit some occlusion or something. The same thing you can do. I release the R, I just push the button to stop it. I go back a little. For example, I push the button G, so you can see I can drag the model anywhere I want, because many of us who are working with intraoral scans, we know sometimes you need some minor adjustments with occlusion because of some overbiting directly through the antagonists. So I just pushed it to keep on the locked position. To push on the keyboard Control together with Z to go back. I just wanted to show if you need to reposition models very aggressively, but for example, you can do it in particularly more precisely. You can select the model which you would like to move, or select them all. If you would like to select them all, the quickest way is to push the A button, or deselect, push anywhere where it's empty. I select again upper jaw by clicking a left mouse, and I push a G, and I push after G, Z. Now I have grabbing and dragging mode locked in Z, in vertical axis. Look, no wobbling around, only in height, so that's very nice. I go back a little. So it's for Z axis, for X axis and Y. So if I push, for example, button on the keyboard G, and I push Y, I'll be able to move it in Y axis. If I push G and X, you can see I can move the model in X axis. So that's very nice. You can zoom in and make small adjustments. But in this case, I won't be using any articulator or something, or other stuff. I just need a express way to go further and to make those damn models. I need to print them. I will need something to check my my occlusion and to check my approximal contacts. So what I would like to change, I select all by pushing the button A. You see all the models, all the scans selected with the orange highlight, and I push R, and slightly I reposition the scans regarding the canines. I would like to be more like this, and I push button, okay. And I think I see here we have the line. You can see The x-axis is a little bit higher, so I'll push the G. Still all the models selected. G and after Z. And for me, it would be much more comfortable if I could work separately. And for me, it would be much more comfortable if I could work with separate those jaws to have a nice look around. By the way, I'm moving these models by holding Shift on my keyboard and pushing the scroll wheel on the mouse simultaneously. Yep. So, how to hide the model? Just push the left mouse button. You can see the selected model highlighted. And you can push the H button, H for the hero. And to bring it back, you can push alternative Alt key, on keyboard, on the left or on the right side, and together with H. So you'll bring it back. Or if you forget it, just check on the toolbar, which you can bring with pushing the N button, like Nemo. On your keyboard, and you can see this hide and unhide. So this is if you'll forget, hey, no problem. It's like it's hard to remember all the functions. So yeah, you can do the same thing for deselecting on the empty space by clicking with the left mouse button and selecting with left button another scan and pushing on a keyboard H or Alt H, it's back. And you can do the same by selecting with an A the both models and hiding them or unhiding. You can push the same function H on the keyboard or Alt H, bringing it back. So for me now, it's most important thing, it's my lower jaw model with preparations. So I will hide, at least for now, the upper jaw. If you find this color of the mesh files not very comfortable and you would like to change it to see more details, you can do it by following. Just click on the file and go up, Matcap Material, go lower, Add Color, and you can choose one you like more. I'll be using something similar, just lighter, and to have the difference between the upper jaw, so it would be very easy to recognize. Well, this will be good for me. Yep, let's continue. Okay, so these are very important functions. So we select the file we want to edit, and on the right side on the N button toolbar, we click here on Fast Edit. We choose the Fast Edit, and now I would like to get rid of all that crap around the preparations. As you can see, I went in the Fast Edit mode, and now by clicking C, I get the circle and I can choose the size of it. And now by dragging with the left button, I can mark my scans and delete what I need. Oops, I need to push the right button to go a little bit further to change the position. Okay, I choose the Fast Edit, I choose C, I mark it by dragging, I push the right button of the mouse and I use delete. Boom. That's the way I'm getting rid of that crap. I'm scrolling with the mouse scroll button to make it a little bit smaller. Oops. C again. I push the C again, and then I push the right click and I choose to delete that crap. I will leave this floating. I will show you how to get rid of these. Do not try to deleting it, that are wasting time. The most important thing that we are not connected to the master file. Let's call it the master, the mothership, the master file. Which one we need. And all these strange artifacts, let's call them just rubbish. And I check if they are connected. Yes, they are connected. I choose to make markings from this side. I push the shift button to drag around the file. I position that it would be for me more comfortable to mark it. And I go again, select the file, and I go to fast edit. I push the C on my keyboard. I mark that area. And I push the right mouse button on a clear space. And I choose delete. As you can see, I won't touch these floating rubbish meshes around our master file, because I will show you the magic trick how to get rid of them right now. If you want to get rid of those floating meshes, you need to select the file, and then you need or to go manually here to edit mode, or just push on your keyboard the tab button. Here you go, we are in edit mode. You can see how dense is the mesh of the preparation. Yep. And now I go and select somewhere a point of vertices, a connection point, somewhere on the master file. So for example here, let me show you that. Just on that mothership, on that big file, main file, not of those flying around rubbish meshes, parts of the mesh. And I click clean. Voila, amazing. Let's go back by pushing the tab button. Let's go back and use another amazing function we need for our scan file to be selected. And let's push the button close all holes. I reviewed one more time my files, and I see that the model will be too high, so I am trimming more of the material which I don't need. Cut away all unnecessary material so you would have a fast print. Or of course, if you need those surfaces, keep them, but you will have a very high model. So again, the C button, the right mouse button click, delete. Let's see if I haven't cut something important. So I could go back. I still think I would like to cut away this area. Yep. C button, right click, delete. And I'll repeat on the same thing on the other areas. Alright then, I consider I have done a really great job cutting away all the artifacts and the rubbish. I need now to clean this file. Select it, and I go to edit mode. I select anywhere on the mover scan on the big file, select the vertex, and then I choose to clean it. Push here on the clean. Let's go back to the object mode and check if the function, yep, it performed well. I select again and I choose fill holes. Looks great. And now I'm cleaning the same way the upper jaw model. So I select it, fast edit, and if I see the big chunk which I would like to get rid of, I can just use like a square selection, or can go with the C for marking those areas by paintbrushing like we did it before. And again I click the right button and delete. Oh, I need to do some more cutting. Just look at this. We have cut away a lot of unuseful material, but we still have some dangerous places on our scans, and I would like to fix them. First of all, we have some gaps which ones we could bridge to avoid having some issues with creation of files. Oh, I can see some here artifacts. I'll still remove it. It's easier to do it now than to go back. Now I select the scan and I push the tab button. I go to the edit mode and now I select one there it is, and then I hold the shift button and I connect with the next one and I push the F button. You see, now I have bridged this gap, this bump in some sort of wrap. I'll be closing it down. I can repeat this function in any other place I would like to. Select one, push the shift button, I select another, I push the F button on the keyboard, and I have bridged another one. Push, go to have a look if I need any other places to be fixed this way. Need to inspect them. I think that on this particular lower jaw model, maybe I'll bridge here so it will look better. 1 point here, another point here, the F button, 1 point here, another here, the hold button, yes, it's bridged. Point here, 1 point here. One point here, shift button. It's okay, and now I push the button fill holes. Boom, that's amazing. Looks really great. But look at here now. Now that surface is very flat and it's very different. As you can see, now these closed spots, bridged ones, they are very flat and very geometric, looking like parametric design files. And if you would like, we can replicate the surface of our natural scan. And we can do it as following. Select it, go to the edit. As you can see, it's flat as a parametric file. But we can go into sculpting. Let's push the tab button, select the file, take the sculpt, and try to smooth a little bit. So this is the easiest way. But if you're, for example, fixing some badly scanned teeth, you can try even replicating the surrounding surface. So to copy the next area to our defect texture, for example here a soft tissue, go to the sculpt mode and take this dropper for a sample of the surface, and let's say we'll replicate this area. And let's try it. Try again. And let's go to the edit mode to check it out, how it went. Really, it's not bad. We can do the same thing to other areas, which we have been fixing. If it's needed, of course. Now I repeat the same thing on the lower jaw. I just connect using the shift and left mouse button. I push F, I bridge them, and I try to close it down using the function fill holes. Voila, it's not that bad. Do I need to bridge something more here? Nope, actually. And we can check the topography of the mesh here. Yeah, it's very flat. I can use again sculpt. So I need to go back to sculpt mode. And I will try to copy the surface of this place. Actually, I think result is really good, really great. And I think now we are ready to proceed to a next step. Hey, have a second look to your models. Maybe they are too high. If you expect that some parts are protruding or too long and may influence you a too long printing, you can still make some adjustments and some rough cuttings. How to do them fast enough and for the whole model. So let's go to edit mode. Then let's select a transparent mode and push a T button to get a tools. Push the left button and hold it. It's a bit slow. And you can select, like on popular dental CAD softwares, those bouncing boxes, and which you can grab a huge chunk of the material. So for example, I will cut away just a little here, just to test this function, and here, and we choose on the right side delete. Boom, it functions well. If you would like to nicely auto-align your models regarding occlusal surfaces, there is a function on the Blender. So let's check it out. First of all, we need to set which model is which. So let's start from the upper jaw. Select the upper jaw. You see, like always, it's those orange highlighting boundaries around the select model. And on the right side of the toolbar, select Enter Target. Now the software knows that this scan is an upper jaw. Now unhide the lower jaw. I'll hide the upper and select the lower, and I name it as opposing. Now the software knows that this is a lower jaw, and I link it and flip it. Unhide. Yes. Now I'll hide the lower jaw and keep on the screen only the upper jaw. Now we'll be positioning by the 4 points, by the highest cusps, for example, canines and molars mostly, auto-occlusal alignment of the both models. So first of all, I need to position the target, this cross. I need to push the shift button and the right mouse button. So for example, on this one, second molar cusp. And on the right side, I choose 4 points. Now you can see we got a red dot, so it's functioning. And now we have left 3 points to have the 4th of them. I push shift button on a keyboard and the right mouse button on a canine to move the target, and push again 4 points. And again, I push the shift on a keyboard and right mouse button on another canine. And you can use a shortcut, just push on the keyboard P for 4 points function. You can see we got a red dot. And now I think I will position a red dot on a first molar, mesial palatinal, the hugest cusps of the molar. Shift, right mouse button, and a P. And now I will choose a line. Let's see how it goes. Sometimes you can get those models flipped, but don't worry, that's not a problem. Just position them. The most important part that the front teeth are facing you. So, wah, here we go. Let's move forward. Now we need to make some basic base of the model, so we could print them or continue upgrading to something more complex. So on the lower jaw, I will demonstrate the arch cut. I place the point, the target, and by selecting lower jaw, I choose arch cut. Because we have already done a very good job modeling here, it's actually not necessary because we already have very nice margin. I am pushing the E to create a new portion of the line, then pushing with the mouse the left button, and then it's settled. I push again E to create a new portion, a new segment, and push the left mouse button, and so on and on. And only when the line is settled I can navigate, change the view. every time I am clicking to create a new segment with the keyboard, the E button. And I'm positioning it settling with a mouse left button. Oh, we need to fuse the line. By connecting 2 points with the shift button, just clicking and F to fuse. And now we push the trim. Let's give some time for the calculation to happen, and we will see if we got a right calculation and a good result. So yep, now just click on the mover model, select on vertex and clean. Wow, it looks amazing. Just look at that. Great model. Now I'll just push the button to create the lower base. Let's see, we're on the lower base. We need to give some time for the calculation. Looks great. And for example, the upper jaw was very cleanly prepped. I don't think that we need anything to be changed. I just go straight with the upper base. So it's up to you. If you are cleaning and preparing the scan before, very well, you won't have any issues. Oh, actually we have. I need to check here. Let's see if I can close that hole. Nope. I will need to fix it. I'll go to fast edit and cut away in this area some problematic mesh. Yep, I'll cut it away. I'll run some cleaning. And now I'll try to generate the upper base. Well done. Let's go further and see how we can make removable dies, because as you have seen, we have a lower jaw with prepped teeth, and it would be nice to have them separate or to have them in the model. For the hollow model, first build a base. Then go to make a hollow. Choose thickness. Hollow. And we do the same for the lower jaw. Just for the lower jaw, we use lower base. Choose make hollow. Check the thickness, we can make it like 3 millimeters if you would like to, and choose hollow. Again, we adjust the height, and that's it. I think we got the great models. The same way, you can choose to make a honey vented. And again, trim the base regarding your needs. And now let's try separating a die, a preparation. So we got 2 preparations on the lower jaw, so at least for now. Let's ditch, let's make it invisible, the upper jaw. Now we're gonna need to turn off these 3D lines. Would be more comfortable. And shift and right button to set a target. Let's find a making die tools. Draw a die. Okay, let's do it. Oops, I needed to select the target. Yep, now it's working. Now, like always, push the E to start drawing the line. I recommend to make it on as smooth as possible spots, because it's more complicated if we have very uneven surface. You can navigate and move when you have laid down. With the E you activate new segment of the line, and with the mouse, the left button, you laid it down, and only when you laid it down you can navigate, turn your model around and change viewing directions. So now I choose to fuse it. I make some adjustments like always. I think it should be all right, and let's try to activate the function of making die. First of all, we need to elevate. Click a few times. I think it's all right. So I repeat it one more time. Make a cone die. Yes, it's working. Now I need to position. First of all, I will repeat the creation of the cone die. I set this viewing point because the viewing direction will create that viewing direction will create the direction of the die itself. So that's great. That's much better result. And now with the G button on a keyboard, I make some adjustments. And now, let's not waste the time. Cut out the die. Or the shortcut H. The base was too short, so I repeat the action. Okay, now I generate that, make a cone die. Okay, this direction, it should be the best way to make a cone die. Just a little bit protruding from the model base. And cut the die. And here we go. We got a removable die. We can repeat this operation as much as we like and can. So we can make it for this tooth also. That's it. Have a great day.